Should you be scared of motorcycle clubs? Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well in these testing times. So, an interesting thing came up last week. Got quite a few emails on particular subjects about motorcycle clubs, which I don't really cover because it's not really my thing. And because I'm not in that kind of lifestyle and it's never really interested me or whatever, it never really bothered me, I don't really have an opinion on it. However, this is the interesting thing. People sometimes ask me, about particular aspects, and I kind of put them right. So, well, look, ask somebody who knows, or tell you what, why don't you watch certain videos or whatever. Now, I don't know what it is about social media or YouTube, let's say, but on your news feed, you can get all these notifications of things that I don't even watch a lot of the time, or sometimes I might watch them in the past, but I don't really watch them anymore. But there's lots of things about motorcycle clubs, the do's and don'ts and all that kind of stuff, right? If you're into that, you'll know the channels I'm talking about. There's one video flashed up the other day, and it was basically saying, how to survive going into a biker bar. And I thought, well, how odd is that? Or and there was another one saying how to survive an encounter with a motorcycle club, or words to that effect. And I thought, how weird is that? I've never had an issue with anybody of any walk of life, really, certainly not motorcycle clubs. And why are they to be feared? What is this kind of perception that you're trying to give people, that you go into a biker bar, you're gonna watch yourself because you get your head kicked in, or you meet some motorcycle clubbers, whatever it is, whether they're normal MCC clubs or whether they're, I don't know, whatever kind of club you want, 1% diamond, whatever, all that kind of stuff. Well, they're not to be feared, are they? Because guess what, they're just like normal human beings, and they don't want the attention on them. They're not going to pick a fight with you for no reason. If you're acting a dickhead, then you're probably going to get into trouble, aren't you? But that's the same for any walk of life. And let's not forget, just because somebody or a group of people are in a motorcycle club doesn't make them invincible. Because if that same motorcycle club went into a bar that is frequented by some rough, tough rednecks, oil rig workers, builders, let's say, and they started acting up, guess what? They're going to be found out. And these builders or rednecks or whatever, or roughnecks, they're going to give them a good shoeing, aren't they? It's just the way it is. If you've got a group of bikers that started acting all silly in a football hooligan pub, let's say, guess what? They're going to get found out. They're going to get sorted out, aren't they? It's exactly the same if a small group of builders or roughnecks or football hooligans went into a big biker bar or motorcycle club bar, let's say, and start acting all up, they'll get found out as well. So just because they're in a motorcycle club doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be feared, because, well, anybody can be feared, or any group can be feared, or any kind of ultra extreme group can be feared as well. It doesn't really make a difference. What makes the difference is how you act. Now, if you're going into these public places, because let's face it doesn't matter if it's a bar or restaurant or a dealership or whatever, and motorcycle club people are there, but it's a public area, well, guess what? You have the right to be there. They can't tell you to piss off, and also they're not going to have a go at you unnecessarily. Why would they have a go at you? Well, if you're acting the fool, if you're making yourself really visible, if you're doing things that just shouldn't be done, and even then they'll probably give you a pass, or they'll probably get somebody maybe to have a quiet word with you before jumping in on you. Now, it could be, but it really depends how you act. So if you're just going in there, mind your own business, having a drink, having a bite to eat, sitting in a corner looking at your phone, nobody's going to bother you. I'll be very surprised if anybody has a go. If they do, guess what, you just walk away, you know, or whatever, because guess what, they don't want the attention. They don't want the attention on them. If they have a go at you, most people in society, well, they're going to call the police or something like that. Nobody wants that attention. Now, if you want to be involved within that lifestyle, then yeah, you might have to follow certain rules and regulations, but everybody else doesn't. You know, they couldn't give a monkeys about it. Don't care what motorcycle club people are doing. Don't care what motorcycle club bikers are doing. Couldn't give a shit. It's like if I go into a football match, I can go anywhere, I can do whatever I want, but if there's a rival set of fans or a rival set of ultras, let's say, you might want to stay away from them. You might, you know, even if you kind of get in the middle of them, you might just need to keep a low profile and just not anybody know that, you know, you're in the mix there. But these things, these kind of extreme elements, let's say, in any walk of life, whether you're football fans and then you've got the ultras side, whether you're a biker and then you've got the motorcycle club side, well, actually most people are not associated with that side. So one, it's got nothing to do with them. Two, they're going to leave you alone because actually it's not in their interest to have a go at you. And three, you shouldn't even be involved around that anyway. But you should always be rest easy that, do you know what, it's not going to be an issue because you're not involved with it. So I kind of wonder where this kind of fear comes from and where all this negativity comes from as well, from anybody in society really. You know, it's just like, well, they might be tough in their own eyes, but compared to another set of extreme people, let's say, or tough people, they're nothing really. And it's all about numbers, isn't it? It's all about reputation. It's all about, you know, how you act and how you know, do these things. But most people don't care. Most people can give a monkeys, you know, what you do, or what, you know, what club you belong to, or, you know, what society you're with. You know what, you do your thing and we do our thing. It's as simple as that. Basically, I think that's the way you just live your life really. Go wherever you want to go, and especially because you're independent, you're not affiliated with any club, you're not affiliated with any group of people. Just go and do your own thing, and that's it. Simple as. I don't think you have to be worried about going into a biker pub or going into a public area. Now, as I say, if it's a closed shop, if it's a closed area, yeah, I mean, you know, you kind of, you shouldn't really be there anyway. So if you shouldn't be there, then don't be there. But if it's open to everybody, guess what, you have as much right as being there as anybody else. You know what I mean? Anyway, I thought that was a bit of an odd one really, because I thought, well, what's there to be worried about? But there we go. You know, as I say, it's not my area and it's not something that I talk about or even that I know about, but I thought I'd talk about in general terms of, well, there's nothing to be worried about if you're not doing anything wrong yourself. You know what I mean? Anyway, let us know your thoughts on that. Open for discussion. I say it's not really my thing, but over to you guys. You guys probably know more about it than I will. But don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, like and share. Check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. Lots more videos coming very, very soon. Yes, and more products as well on the channel to review. Ta-da!